Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, August 23rd. I'm on the East Coast instead of the West Coast. It's about 7:30 a.m. here on the East Coast. We're going to chat real quick about the Linchpin Challenge that just wrapped up, the 5K Challenge. But I'll also touch on, so I'm out here on the East Coast dealing with, one of my parents was very, very ill. And I'll probably speak more about that later on, not during this show right here. But I guess I will say that the trip with regards to my ailing parent went probably about as well and as poorly at the same time as it could possibly go. I know that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'll bring some more clarity to that later. But anyway, I find myself in Maine, the state of Maine. So I went from all the way in the upper left-hand side of the United States to all the way to the upper right-hand side. And I find myself in Waterville, Maine at the moment as I record this in my hotel room. Population 16,000. And that is a thriving metropolis. And it's a great place, by the way. And the town that I've been spending most of my time in for the last couple of days. I won't tell you the name of the town, but the population of the town that I was in was 700 people. So it was definitely an interesting experience on many levels. But anyway, before I go down a rabbit hole that I'm not prepared to talk about at the moment, we'll get back to the main point of this, the 5K challenge. So yes, the lighting's a bit weird. Everything's a bit weird because I'm not filming in my normal home office, filming here from the road, from a hotel room. So, and I saw your Rick there saying that you were thinking about me. Appreciate it. Right back at you, brother. So the Linchpin 5K Challenge just wrapped up yesterday, and even though I've been handling some family affairs here on the road, still, checking out stuff from time to time, poking in on the private tracks, seeing how things are going, saw how the challenge wrapped up and all that. And I just have to say, what I found really interesting was the 5K challenge started initially as just a fun thing, right? Like, why not do a monthly fun event that can rally the worldwide community, make it easy for people to say yes, right? Like, there's no video you need to submit for this 5K run. If you want to run it, great. Jog it, great. Walk it, great. Just cover 5,000 meters on planet Earth. Just, so make it wherever somebody is, it can meet them where they are, is a good way to say. But even in that, what I didn't realize is how many people had a 5K built up in their head as not just a challenge, but like a really big obstacle that they weren't mentally sure as to whether or not they would be able to overcome. That caught me off guard. And what developed from that I never saw coming. And what developed from it was, I'm going to do what I always do, which is just brag on the Linchpin community, was amazing support, amazing uplifting messages, and people breaking through some barriers and doing something that they didn't think that they could do. And I didn't think I'd see that, to be honest with you. I guess it's just my ignorance with the 5K challenge. I thought, people like to complain about running, and so I just thought we'd see a lot of, lighthearted, the classic hashtag running is stupid, but still going out there and doing it anyway. And I thought we'd see a lot of that stuff. I didn't expect to see as many actual people almost being stopped in their tracks and then powering through it either on their own or with the support of everybody else, kind of picking them up, giving them some tips and techniques, and then breaking through it on the other side and accomplishing something that just made them feel like $1 million because they didn't think that they were going to do that. That caught me off guard in a really cool way. So I'm going to just share one of the most powerful stories that I saw in our private Facebook group and read you a couple comments about what the woman didn't think that she could do, and then what some folks said to help her out. And I'll also say, we say at Linchpin we do what's effective not what's popular, right? And there's plenty of examples of that. And this challenge is an example of it. You know what you don't want to do if you want to just make everybody happy? You don't do a 5K run challenge, okay? You probably do like a 1 rep max deadlift challenge. That would make everybody happy. But while I care about all of you, I do what I think you actually need. So we did the 5K challenge, and I was absolutely astonished at the level of participation that we had for a 5K run. It was really cool. I showed you the shirts, and on the back of the shirt, you get to have your name on the back of the shirt. I think the back of the shirt fits, don't quote me on this, but I think it fits 300 names. And I was joking with somebody at BTWB. I'm like, what happens if more people than that sign up, right? What are we going to do? And then I kind of laughed like, ha, ha, ha. People hate running. We're just, that's not going to be an issue. It'd be a great problem to have if we have it. More than 300 people signed up, which is why our community is so awesome. So how it's going to work basically is there'll be 300 names on the back of your shirt if you signed up for it, and one of those names will be you. But, there'll be blocks of 300 names on, the shirt that you get, and we'll make sure that on your shirt, your name is one of those 300 names. But we had more people sign up than names fit on the back of the shirt for a 5K run. How amazingly awesome is that? So, once again, the Linchpin community blows my mind. So let's get back to the cool story. So the one story that really caught my attention in the private group was from a woman whose initials are PK. And, we'll keep it for her anonymity. And she said, for some reason, I just couldn't bring myself to run 5,000 meters. And for some reason, I just built it up in my head as this massive obstacle. I've been worrying about it all weekend. Today was meant to be the day, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. And thinking about the future fatigue that I would have and I would experience running it, is anyone else in this bubble? And so her message right there, I saw multiple times as well. And like I said, I think people would either do it or not do it. I didn't think that they would build it up in their head and would cause them some sort of stress, and it'd be something that they have to overcome. But it turned out to be that for some people, which I guess makes sense, right? Because everybody has a different reaction to different things. And here are some of the amazing comments that came from that post. Amy wrote in, you can definitely do it. Take your time, stretch first, walk as much as you need to. I was in the same boat, and I'm glad that I pushed myself. And honestly, I'm not as sore and miserable as I thought I would be. Steve wrote, hey, no time cap, just start walking. Run when the mood hits, walk when it doesn't. First step is the hardest, you got this. Jill says, that happens to me with almost every workout. Melissa says, I had to walk basically the entire thing. What else do we have here? Let's see. Joe said I had to walk the entire 5K, and I was the slowest on the leaderboard. But I don't care. I will wear my t-shirt with pride. Love Linchpin. Love scaling. Patrick says, you can definitely do this. I knew running a 5K for me would be a daunting task. I told myself I would walk whenever I needed to. CW CrossFit came up huge on this. So she says, hey, I get it. I haven't signed up for the challenge, not because I suck at running, but because I've got a bit of a hamstring issue at the moment. So I can't run or jog, but as an offer of support, I will do a slow 5K walk tomorrow so that I can join you virtually. I'll do a sunset walk with my son. And then she posted photos the following day of that sunset walk with her son. So like across the globe, people that have never actually met in person, truly supporting one another and helping each other get through this thing. And it was really cool. Jewel L had some great advice right here. She said, I found a Spotify workout playlist and jogged through the upbeat parts and walked through the slower parts. You are not alone. It's a daunting task, I know. Let's see, just a couple more, sorry. And then the woman who was the initial subject of this post, PK, she comes back and says, Did this one for my Linchpin family. I did not at all think I was going to complete this challenge, and I didn't want to complete it. I hate running, but I got a lot of support the other day, and I went through with it. Thank you guys for the push. I imagine everyone else running right next to me, and a big shout out to everyone who suggested running with the tempo of upbeat music. So she wound up overcoming that, actually knocked it out, and did it. How cool is that? So she can put that in the huge mental win category from what I initially just thought would be this like fun, cool worldwide community thing. Get yourself a cool t-shirt, get your name in the back, easy day. And then for some people that's what it was, but for plenty of people it was like a game changer, and that really made me happy. So there's just a couple other individuals I want to give shout outs to who were kind of felt like they were in the same boat. This one from JD, this one just highlighted to me how you just never know what anyone's dealing with, right? I got my stuff that I'm dealing with up here in Maine at the moment. Everyone's got something they're dealing with. And Jay said, "Oh, life is happening these days. Back to Germany on the weekend, packing boxes on Saturday. Then my flight was canceled on Sunday, so a 4.5-hour train ride with a seat, the train turned into a standing ride on 3 different trains for 10.5 hours back to Copenhagen, then back to work. And after all of that, didn't decide not to do it, just the opposite, decided to do the challenge. This challenge was just what I needed, shake the travel out of my legs, pleasantly surprised with my time. Outstanding community here, bragging about it to all my colleagues. Absolutely fantastic. And again, the support helped him do it." And then Kyle, I got to give you a shout out. Kyle B said, "Weighing in at a sloppy 200 pounds today for the 5K challenge." So in the north of 200 pound division, good for you for getting out there and doing the 5K. But I just decided to keep a pace that was challenging. First Linchpin challenge in the books. Kyle, I got to give you credit, my friend. You call yourself a sloppy 200 pounds. He did the 5K in 26 minutes and 57 seconds. I think that's pretty darn legit, to be honest with you, so I wouldn't be upset with that at all. And then here's the last one here. This is from Katia F. And Katia says, "Happy to report that even though running is stupid, I did the 5K this weekend and I finished it. I haven't run a 5K in forever, and the last time it showed up in the programming, I ended up scaling it for a nice 30-minute run. I decided to suck it up this weekend and do 90 seconds of running, followed by 2 minutes of walking. It's not much, but just the fact that I was able to stick to the plan for a whole 5K makes me immensely happy. Congrats to everybody else who was a little afraid, but made it happen anyway." And that last line is the point that really hit me. Congrats to everyone else who was a little afraid, but made it happen anyways. That's so cool, and that happened far more often than I thought it would. And so, big shout out to everybody that did it. Totally exceeded my expectations. Like I said, I didn't care if one person signed up or 10 people signed up. But to have more people sign up than we can fit names on the back of the shirt is crazy to me. So anyway, just to let everybody know what the future holds, the plan is, this is August that we did the 5K challenge, to do one a month and to start next month with the Linchpin tests. And there are 14 tests. So next month, September, we'll do Linchpin test number 1. And I'm not quite sure what we'll do for the swag next month. I haven't decided yet. Maybe it will be another t-shirt, just a different color. Maybe it will be a mug or a tumbler. Maybe it will be something else. I don't know. I want to mix it up to keep it cool so that everybody enjoys it. We'll sprinkle in some t-shirts. Don't get me wrong, because everybody loves t-shirts. But yeah, one Linchpin challenge a month. So test 1 will go down in September. Test 2 will go down in October, and so on and so forth. And if you're unfamiliar with Linchpin Test 1, which is, Rick, I see you there asking for the headband. Maybe a headband. That's not the craziest thing that I've ever heard. Maybe, Rick, you'll get your headband. What was I going to say? Okay, Test 1, if you're unfamiliar with it, here's what Test 1 is. And after I explain what it is, I hope that we're still friends. So everyone's familiar with the most infamous CrossFit workout, Fran. And Fran, of course, being 21-15-9 thrusters and pull-ups. Kipping chin over bar pull-ups, and the thrusters are at 95 pounds for the men and 65 pounds for the women. 21-15-9. Most notorious, most loved and hated workout. Now, for Linchpin test number 1, it involves Fran, but it involves Fran at a reduced loading. 75 pounds on the barbell for the men, 55 pounds on the barbell for the women. Still 21-15-9, and still with kipping chin over bar pull-ups. But here's what Linchpin test number 1 is, because the Linchpin tests are spicy, okay? Intentionally spicy. And so if this 5K challenge presented a both physical and mental obstacle to overcome for some people, there's certainly going to be some other ones in the future if you decide to do these monthly challenges. So Linchpin test number 1 is, for time, 400-meter run. Then you do Fran at 75 pounds. Once you finish that, you go out for another 400-meter run. When you come back in, you do Fran again at 75 pounds. And then when you finish that, you do one final 400-meter run. So it's 400-meter run, Fran, 400-meter run, Fran, 400-meter run. But that Fran is with a 75-pound barbell for the men, 55 for the women. So it's spicy. It's spicy for sure. And my goal is also to keep the theme going. No video needed. It's you against you. And to offer not only a prescribed version, which would be what I just mentioned right there, but then to also offer a scaled version and to offer a dumbbell version. So that kind of wherever you are in your fitness journey and wherever you are with regards to the equipment that you have available, ideally there'll be something that allows you to participate if you so desire. So that's that. I see overseas just posted. I remember doing this a while back. The word run is generous to say the least for that one. Yes, I would agree with that. Those 400-meter runs are certainly not at a ferocious pace. I have done this one several times myself, and it's memorable to say the least. So that's about it. Thanks to everybody for being awesome. Thanks to everybody for supporting each other during the 5K challenge. Thanks to the support that's everyone's kind of given me when I'm off here dealing with a sick parent. More information to come on, I'll share an appropriate level of detail, because what I'm dealing with here with my immediate family has, health and fitness and working out and nutrition and how you treat your body and long-term health and fitness. All of that is obviously on the forefront of my mind every day of my life, no matter what I do. But what I'm dealing with at the moment has illuminated and highlighted and crystallized a lot of those thoughts, and really helped emphasize the importance of what we do every day, moving our body in an intelligent manner that doesn't unnecessarily beat you up, so that as the decades pass in your life, you can still be as fit and as capable and as everything as you want to be. That's the goal, and that's what we're going for every day. So my trip does relate to that, and so we'll circle back to that. But thanks to everybody for being awesome. Have a great day. Good job on the 5K challenge, and we'll talk soon.